Hey grade 1, welcome to our social studies. We're going to be talking about what are homes like in Australia. Alrighty, so we're going to be reading an email conversation between Charlie and Ruby. So here it says, what are homes like in Australia? So if you read towards the left side, we're going to read the email exchange first. So the date is January 16th. It's to Ruby from Charlie, and the subject that they're talking about is my house. So they're talking about Charlie's house. Hi, Ruby. You are my first pen pal. I am so excited to write you. I live in Sydney, Australia. It is so hot here right now. That's because it's summer. I'm happy my house has a big porch. I like to sit on it and feel the ocean breeze. I love the ocean. I am learning to surf with my best friend, Allie. Allie lives in a big apartment building. My grandfather lives underground. His house is built into the rock on a hillside. What is your home like? I am attaching pictures so that you can see what our homes look like. Your friend, Charlie. So the one picture here at the very top, it says, this is my house. So that's showing Charlie's house. Underneath it says, my friend Allie lives in an apartment with a balcony. So that apartment building is where his friend lives, his best friend. He lives in the desert in a town called Coober Pedy. So this page we're going to do Let's Talk. Unfortunately, we can't actually talk, but this is something that you could be thinking about. So before you move on to your activity, I want you to think about these questions. All right, maybe write them down on a piece of paper if you want to share your ideas, or maybe talk about it with a parent or a sibling, someone that you can share your ideas, okay? So let's talk. It says, how are the homes shown on this card the same as your home? How are they different? So if you live in an apartment building, maybe you have a balcony like Allie does. I don't think any of you live underground, so maybe you can't say that you do and that one's different from what you live in. Some of you might live in a house. You might live in one like Charlie does. And you can tell me, maybe your house looks similar to Charlie. And then the next question says, what do you notice about how the environment affects homes in Australia? So we know that Australia has extremely hot temperature. So why do you think maybe their housing is different? What do you think maybe might affect their environment that also affects their housing? So the picture on the side, I know it's really hard to see, but it says, this is the inside of my grandfather's house. It is very hot where he lives. People build their houses underground to stay cool. Look at that. We just solved that second question. So since Australia is so hot, being underground, it helps to stay cool. So that way he doesn't have to be hot all the time. I think that's a pretty cool idea. So their let's do assignment, I'm going to read it on our worksheet that we're going to do instead. So keep following me. So here we're going to play a little game of pretend. We're going to pretend to be Ruby that's writing Charlie back. So there is a little spelling typo that I did here. I want you to tell me if you see it. Did you see it? That's okay. We'll go through it in case you didn't. So here it says, pretend you were writing Charlie. It's supposed to say an email back, not and email back. So we're going to pretend we're writing Charlie an email back. Let Charlie know what your home and neighborhood is like and some activities you like to do. Explain how your seasons determine what you can do. Alrighty, so I want you to write to Charlie. So make sure when you're writing to Charlie, you have to do your introduction. So say, hi Charlie. You can say, hello Charlie, or how do you do Charlie, however you want to introduce yourself. Then I want you to tell Charlie, about your home. Maybe what do you have at home? Maybe you live in a really tiny house that has red windows and blue doors. Or maybe you live in a really tall apartment building and you have 18 pets. All right? I want you to be creative. Tell Charlie about your home. I want you to be creative, but also tell him about the home that you actually live in. All right? And what your neighborhood is like. Maybe you have a really busy neighborhood, or maybe your neighborhood's a little bit more quiet. I know all our neighborhoods have been a little bit more quiet since we've been into quarantine, right? So talk about that. And then maybe write some activities you like to do. What do you like to do in your neighborhood? Or at your home? Maybe you really like to go play soccer. Maybe you like to play with your brother or your sister. Maybe you like to watch movies with your mom and dad. Tell me what you like to do. And at the end, I want you to also explain how our seasons determine what we can do. So, why can we do something in the summer and not in the winter? Or why can we do something in the winter and then maybe not in the spring? Give me some of your best answers of what you think, okay? There's no right or wrong here. We're just going to see what we know and how we can compare our climate and our weather and our houses to Australia's weather, climate, and houses. So best of luck, grade 1. Remember, you can go back in the video to read again, or you could pause when you need to. Do not worry about your spelling. Do your best to sound out your words. Just remember your capitals and periods, okay? But if you don't spell a word correct, that's okay. I'd rather see you sound it out and try than not try at all. Alrighty? Best of luck, grade 1. Have lots of fun. Bye.